CNC රන් අය හදිස්සියට පරිස්සම්ම නැහැ. මුල් දවස් 10ට පොලිය ගන්නෙත් නැහැ.
The Trincomalee Oil Tank Farm, a facility built by the British, left to deteriorate over decades. There are 99 tanks in total, spread across 827 acres of land. The capacity of just one tank is 10,000 metric tons or 80,000 barrels of oil. This means the crude storage capacity of the entire facility is 990,000 metric tons or just under 8 million barrels. Despite striking a deal with India to develop the facility in 1987, it never materialized, and in 2003, the then government leased the entire oil tank farm to India for 35 years. Various incarnations to take back the facility materialized from time to time, but success was not forthcoming. But the government believes that they've finally made a breakthrough. According to Minister of Energy Udayagaman Pilla, it's in fact more than a breakthrough.
We were able to successfully conclude negotiations with India regarding Trinco Oil Tank Farm. According to the negotiated new agreement, 24 out of 99 tanks will be directly given to Ceylon Petroleum Corporation by Sri Lankan government. By doing so, 24 tanks will be released from the commitment to jointly develop with India. 14 tanks, which are presently being used by the LIOC, will be leased to it for 50 years. The balance 61 tanks will be managed by Trinco Petroleum Terminal Limited on a lease given by Government of Sri Lanka. The CPC and the LIOC will hold respectively 51% and 49% of shares of this company. This will be a CPC subsidiary company. Not only the CPC holds the majority of shares, 4 members of the 7-member board, including the chairman, will be appointed by the CPC. This company will be subject to the supervision of Auditor General. The officers can be summoned before the COP in Parliament. Parliamentarians can pose oral questions to the minister in respect of the company. As a result of this agreement, 85 out of 99 tanks will be under the control of the CPC, 24 directly, and another 61 through the subsidiary. The LIOC will manage only 14 tanks. Regaining the control of Trincomalee Oil Tank Farm by Sri Lanka is a historical victory. In December 2016, Cabinet of Sri Lanka decided to repair 10 tanks of the farm for its storage purposes. Accordingly, 5 officers of the CPC, led by Menaka Jeevasiri, entered to the premises with prior notice on 29 December 2016 to examine the condition of the tanks. They were detained by the LIOC claiming unlawful entry. India later conveyed its displeasure over the incident through its diplomatic channels. We will end this dark period soon. I will enter the tank farm premises along with the officers who were subject to harassment in near future to hoist our national flag there.
Although the terms of the agreement are finalized, it'll take a bit more time for the agreement to be inked.
I came to this media briefing after sending the cabinet paper with my signature, along with the signature of the Minister of Land, to the Cabinet Secretariat. It will be discussed at the forthcoming cabinet meeting to be held on 3rd of January. After cabinet approval, we can fix a date for signing the agreement. Then only I can go there and hoist the national flag.
The minister also revealed a crucial clause in the agreement.
අපි මේ ගිවිසුමේ අපි වගන්තියක් දාලා තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි මේ දුෂ්කරතාවයකින් ඉන්නේ. ඒ නිසා රටේ තෙල් ලීගයක් ඇති වෙන්න යනවා නම් LIOC එක අපිට හදිසි පස්සේ ලබා දීමේ පදනම මත ආණ්ඩුව ඉල්ලීමක් කරොත් තෙල් තොගයක් අවශ්‍ය වුණොත් ලබා දෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා කොන්දේසියක් අපි මේක දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර අනාගත බලශක්ති සුරක්ෂිතතාවයට අවශ්‍ය පියවර අපි මේ ගිවිසුම තුල ඇතුළත් කරලා තියෙනවා.
As for funding the refurbishment of the Trincomalee Oil Tank Farm, which will cost $1 million per tank, the government is confident of not having to rely on external funds.
We have money. We are not going to ask from anybody else because we will have 24 tanks. In addition to that, at least out of the 61, we have to finance repairing 31 tanks. All in all, 55 tanks. So 55 million US is not a big issue. In dollar terms, yes. But in rupee terms, we have to invest in rupee terms. Thereafter, we have to convert those to dollars to purchase required materials. So rupee terms, we are cash rich because we receive 1 billion rupees through our retail sales on daily basis. So according to the chairman, it would cost only 11 billion rupees to repair our portion.
The energy minister was then quizzed on the $500 million credit line the country has sought from India for fuel imports.
It has almost finalized. External Resources Department has to prepare the final agreement from Sri Lankan end and to obtain the cabinet approval. So most probably that will take place within next 3-4 weeks.
Meanwhile, the Sapugaskanda oil refinery is going to halt operations temporarily on the 3rd of January owing to the dollar scarcity. With the country's annual fuel import bill being around $3.5 to $4 billion, a $500 million credit line does not go a long way. With that being the case, the question of how the government intends to manage the situation was asked.
Opposition MPs and trade unions, including the leader of the opposition and the former Prime Minister, predicted imminent risk of having fuel shortage in Sri Lanka since last June. So we have managed more than 6 months to avoid that kind of a situation. We are hopeful that we would be able to do the same in the future as well. Situation is very difficult. We do admit that.